So, so we found journals, right?
Yes.
How many journals did we find?
33.
You found 33. Most people found 20 because I only asked for 20, right?
What do you mean?
What journals did you find?
I started alphabetically, and I just started with A, and I just did copy paste.
Okay, so you tell me some of the journals that you found.
I have
Cavalloo.
Book Forum.
Just out of curiosity, what are the most interesting titles that you guys saw on the master list that we have?
Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope is on the master list, and we have it?
Uh-huh.
Let's look for that one. So, what's the first step that I want to do? I want to go to the Snow College Library website. That's step one. Then I want to go to the Journals List link, which was previously called the eJournals link. Kaleidoscope from Akron, Ohio. And does everybody see this on the master list? You guys are finding some interesting journals here. Journals, okay, now I realize why. I don't know it. You know what, one thing that I don't want to spend a ton of time, because I do have to tell you guys that when looking for stories online, the best database for us to use for our purposes is the master file Premier and the academic search Premier. Isn't that what it's called, academic search Premier? LexisNexis is notoriously difficult to navigate, but we have a special login, and that code is all lowercase. Username, RISELEY. Password, all numerals, 2010. Right? Are you laughing? It's pretty easy to remember. It's Risley 2010, right? Okay, so that's how we can get in there. If you're at home, if you're here, we don't have to worry about that. Here's the master journal list. Was anybody surprised to find some journals on this list?
Yeah, GQ.
You were surprised to find
I have no idea what it
GQ?
is, but it was really weird.
Gentleman's Quarterly, and they publish fiction.
I liked the fairy tale review. That was funny.
Did we find the fairy tale review?
It wasn't on there, but I liked the way it sounded.
It does, yeah. So Kaleidoscope is there. Calliope, Kenyon Review. Did anybody find Calliope?
It
No.
wasn't there.
Did anybody find the Kenyon Review?
It wasn't there.
Nobody found the Kenyon Review. I'm curious about it. Let's just go and check. Not that I don't trust you. I know you guys are probably very good at this, but I want to show you guys. So we would go back to the electronic journals page. We would select, title contains all the words. The word Kenyon is pretty unique. So, what? Thank you. So all I would do is search that. And it's funny, as unique as it is, there were actually two journals that had the word Kenyon in them. This is an excellent example for us to take a peek at, because the Kenyon Review is in 3 separate databases. You can find the stories from 1979 to the present in Academic Search Premier and Military and Government Collection. Interesting. You can find stories, or at least citations from stories. Now, many times we're going to be finding full text articles and PDFs of the exact items that were published in the magazines, but in this case, it goes all the way back to 1984, and frankly, I doubt that they've got the full text back to 1984. They would have had to hire people back that long. But you can find it in Master Files Premier, and this is going to be the one that we search. Literature Resource Center is a good database, but it has an awkward search functionality that doesn't allow us to do what we need to do, because we need to generate pages of fiction from one specific journal so that we can play thumbs up, thumbs down. So let's go and check out Master File Premier for the Kenyon Review. So I just clicked on that link. Hopefully it'll work. And then we'll play thumbs up, thumbs down. What was the story that we found last time, by the way? Oh yeah, that's right. The title was a whale. No, it was Christopher Buckley, and we didn't ever get to the whale. But it sounded interesting. It had to do with corruption. See, you really missed something then.
I did.
You did. All right, so here we are again. We don't really want to go through index by index. So here are, focus on me, instructions for how to use the advanced search feature in Master File Premiere. Instructions for how to use the advanced search feature in Master File Premiere. Turn the light off again, please. Thank you. So to use the advanced search function in Master File Premiere, you need to click the advanced search button. You need to choose the document type short story. You need to type in the name.
Since we're trying to generate fiction, we want to do full text.
As I said before, we want all the titles we can get because then we can use interlibrary loan to get them here. Let's say that you see a title that just vampires love to eat people. And what would be a good title for you, right? Yeah, every time I see you with a different vampire book. You may want the vampires love to eat people story. Mightn't you? Might? Yes? All right. Okay, key in review. So, document type, short story, publication, key in review, and then we'll click search. Cross your fingers. Oh, goodness. Look at this. How many pieces of fiction do we have? Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that 378 different pieces of fiction are enough for each of us to find one author that we like? Maybe, but we can do this for a lot of different journals, as you guys have proven. At least 20 and up to 55 or 60. So, let's just look at these titles here. Now bear in mind, thumbs up, thumbs down means reading the first couple paragraphs, determining whether or not we like the voice and the style and the subject matter of this piece of fiction, and then deciding, is it worth our time? Because life is too short for bad short stories. So, shall we look at smoke? Let's start at the top. We might as well.
Shouldn't we start with the clipping?
What's the clipping?
It's the third one down.
Why would we start with the clipping?
Because it sounds more interesting than smoke.
See, you're playing thumbs up, thumbs down off of the title. You're just discarding smoke and hands on and going right to the clipping. We want to play play thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's do smoke. Let's do smoke. We'll just start here. I think that we could miss a lot if we just judge it by the title. It's like, don't judge a book by its cover. Let's at least judge a short story based only on the first couple paragraphs. So, a voice called out his name. Vernon woke to the... Can you guys read this? Should I zoom in? Let me zoom in. Just one click on that. Okay. All right, now this is by Alan Heathcock in the Kenyon Review. If you guys see a story that you like, write down the author's name, write down the title of that story, write down the name of the journal, because you're going to want to go and find this. We're not going to have time to read it all today. A voice called his name. Vernon woke to the haze of dawn, and a figure slouched just outside the open window beside his bed. Vernon was hungover. His eyes pulsed, and he rubbed them to clear his vision. The figure raised itself erect, balancing with one hand on the sill. Beyond, the pastel sky blazed. "Vernon," the voice said again. "Pa? Couldn't make it alone, son." Vernon sat up and dropped his legs off the bed. "Where them old boots?" his father said. "Them new ones ain't broke in yet." His father wore a filthy undershirt, hand swaddled in a blood-stained rag. A cut sliced the meat of his shoulder, the skin jaggedly sewn with green thread. With his good hand, he pulled a comb from his back pocket and dragged perfect lines through his oiled hair. Then he returned the comb to his pocket and rested his head against the window frame. "Don't wake your mama." That's